Hi everybody, we are here again to do a Club Q video of the kits for July. If you have not heard of Club Q and you're not a Club Q member yet, check it out because you get free kits when you sign up and you get our new product every single month. 4 pages, all instructions are in there, plus you get an extra paper pack with ribbon and stuff in it too, free in every shipment. $32, free shipping, and you always get a ton of stuff each month. So if you look here, what John was showing you from the beginning, this is our free kits you will get in your first shipment. If you were to sign up today, you actually get, this is the August kit. So we want to give you a preview for next month. Right now we are going to go through step by step for July kits. So there's one here that we will be going through here soon. And I'll walk you through step by step. But for July, if you were to, or for August, if you were to sign up for August, this will be shipping on August 15th. So this is a really fun, summery kit that you can use for ocean, beach days, water, lake, river, fun days during the summer. And check out shopquickquotes.com Club Q and you can sign up and get these kits shipped to your door every single month. Free shipping, $32 flat rate. You get 4 pages plus an extra paper pack and ribbon, and you get bonuses and benefits for being a Club Q member. So we are going to get started and I will walk you through the July kits. Okay, so we are going to get started on one of the July Club Q kits. This one is just simply called Red, White, and Blue. So it could be used for lots of different things. We have our 4th of July kit that goes along with this, but this could also just be used for an Americana theme for any time of the year. What we are going to start with here is, you can see there's a clear picture on the front. If you've never done our kits before, this is how they always come. There's also a suggested powder puff chalking inks here. It suggests navy, red hot, and barn board. There's also lots of different blues that you could use. We have a new denim color that would work. There's also like a deep sea, lots of blues that you could use. The red hot is a bright red. The barn board is more of a rustic, kind of rusty looking red. And then on the back, we always start with, you can punch out all of your die cuts if you want to. A lot of times I just punch them out as I go so I don't lose anything. That is totally up to you. The great thing about having this video is that you can just stop it and pause it whenever you need to get what you need to get done. So we are going to start with the cutting, and we always start with have the cuts up here so that we can cut and get our trimmer out of the way early. So this one has 2 diagrams, and it is on a sheet of paper that looks like this. Has powder puff chalking ink techniques and stuff on the back, but on this side it has a couple of cutting diagrams. So we want to find the 12 by 12 navy blue paper and then the 4.5 by 11 chevron blue paper. We're going to actually start with the chevron piece that looks like this. So I'm going to pull my trimmer in here and I'm going to go by this diagram. So it's already at 4.5 inches wide. We want a 4.5 by 4.5, so you put it into your trimmer, cut it at 4.5, and you have this piece ready. And I'm going to write a size on here just so you can see it for the video. It's not going to look very pretty on my layout, but it's just a sample. So I'm going to set that aside. And then the rest, you just need a 1 by 6.5 inch piece. So let's turn it, let's see, I think this is us. Yeah, this is 6.5. So let's turn it and just trim a 1 inch piece. Move it over and trim another 1 inch piece. So you have 2 1 inch strips here. We'll set those aside, 1 by 6.5. And this is just extra. A lot of times we use all the extra pieces, so we always say with Quick Quotes kits, don't throw anything away because normally we use it, but this is just an extra piece you can put in with your scraps to use on something else. And then we will get the 12 by 12 navy paper and do the diagram, or the cuts according to the diagram. So we need a 5.5 by 7.5. So we're going to start here, and we are going to put your paper into the 5.5 mark. Take that piece, pull this out here. Take that piece and turn it to the 7.5 so that you have a 5.5 by 7.5. And set that one aside. And this is also an extra piece, so you have some good extra scraps there. And then the end that came off, we need to do a 5 by 7 and a 5 by 5. So we're going to put this in lengthwise and go to the 5-inch mark. So you have you'll end up with a 5 by 12, and then you just turn that, trim it at 7, which makes your 5 by 7 and your 5 by 5. So I'm gonna write that on there, 5 by 7, 5 by 5. This bigger one was 5.5 by 7.5. Okay, so we got those. And I think that is actually all the cuts that you have, and this is an extra little piece here too. So each kit, each Club Q kit comes with an extra paper pack with just a few extra papers in it, so some of these scraps you could use to make a whole nother layout. I'm going to put the trimmer away for now because I think we got all of those done, and we are going to get started on page 1. And these really are pretty simple kits, but sometimes it just makes it easier to watch along with the video rather than to read through the directions. So we are going to get started on page 1, and I just want to mention, like I said, we use a lot of the scraps. This die cut that I have not punched out yet, it's navy blue die cut, we use this frame for your background. So make sure you don't throw away that frame. I'm going to trim this out actually right now so that we have that frame ready to go. But a lot of times we use the negatives from our lasers because, you know, why waste paper? Okay, so we'll take the die cuts out there. Punch those out in a minute. But I just want to make sure that you didn't throw this piece away. Save that. We are going to use that as the background. So let's start with page 1, and I'm actually going to chalk this one up with barn board. I love this kind of dark, it has a little brown in it, so it's not a super bright red, but it gives it a nice kind of dark chalky look. And I usually do a little bit more around the corners. I kind of like the messy look of it. These Americana color pages, they also look really nice with browns. So if you don't want to use the kind of the traditional typical red and blue, an antique brown like an amaretto or the Mocha Mama, that looks really nice on these pages as well, and it gives it kind of a more of an antique look. So feel free to chalk things up whatever color you would like. We're going to put the 11 by 11 red chevron paper down, and then we will also get the background for the next page going too, so you have your square. And what I do is I put my adhesive really close to the square inside, because you don't want anything on the outside edges because that is going to show. And of course chalk this up any color again. Actually, I'll chalk it up so that well, I'm going to use a blue so you can see what that blue looks like. This is denim, which I love. This kit actually suggests navy, which is just a little bit darker than this one. Navy looks really nice. If you want a brighter blue, there's Deep Sea. We might even have Royal Blue. I'm not sure if that one is out of stock or not. But that one is really bright. It just kind of depends on what you prefer. Some of these that got really messy. Okay, and then that goes right in the center. Glue that down for our background, and we're going to use this for our first page. So the navy die cuts, we are going to punch out the squares, and I'm just going to place these as I go. And a lot of times I will place things so I know exactly where I want them, and then I will come back through and glue things down later. Because sometimes you have pictures that don't quite fit right where we have things in the instructions. You may have to move things around a little bit. But I'm just gonna lay out this page, and then we can kind of adjust as we go. So I think that's all the blue that goes on this page. So these are just kind of about in the right spot for now. We are going to do a red and a white long banner on here as well. And you can, with this, you can kind of just use your instruction sheet as a guide. There's very clear pictures on there. The blue is a little over an inch from the right side, a little over an inch from the top. The red is about an inch away from that and down slightly. And then the white just kind of overlaps it like that. And again, chalk these up however you would like. The frame that goes on top of it, you can see here, this is the page we're working on. We're going to put this frame on top and get it ready for the banner to go on. So we need the 5.5 by 7.5 blue sheet. Scoot these over a little bit. This is why I like to kind of lay things down before I glue it. And that goes, you want it closer to the bottom of the banners. There's more showing here at the top than the bottom. And on top of that, we have a 5 by 7, and I think this came out of the die cut, or it might have been cut by itself in there singly. But the 5 by 7 with the red scratch. It's white with red scratch. That is going to go right. Oh, I'm sorry. No, don't use the 5.5 by 7.5. This is why we don't glue things down yet. You want the 5 by 7. I'm sorry. The 5 by 7 is going to go on here. This is why I label some of mine so that I know what I'm doing before I tell you to glue anything down. So the 5 by 7, and then there is a 4.5 by 6.5 white with red scratch that goes over top of that, and you can go ahead and adhere that down. And then we have the 1 inch by 6.5 inch strips, and this just goes on as an extra little color pattern, make the page pop a little bit. And then our banner goes on top of that, which we will layer together here in just a moment. So on our 3 by 3 blue pieces, you want to find, and again, if this is going too fast, just hit pause, go at your own pace, and then pick up wherever you left off. That's what's so great about a video, is that you can go at your own pace. So some of the circles, they have, this is all on the red scratch paper. Some of them are wide, and some of them you can see are skinnier circles. For this page, we want the wider circles. the white with red scratch, but the wide circle. And we can punch the center out of those. And one goes on each square. And again, you can glue these down now, you can wait, put pictures in them later. You can just tack them down if you want, if you're looking for pictures. And to put pictures in behind here, what I do is lay this on your picture, trace around it, and then you can just fussy cut around it and lay this, put your picture behind it. So 3 wide circles. And then we want to find the 3 skinny red circles that go on top of that. And with these, you're going to want to use a glue pin because this is very small and kind of delicate. You want to use the glue pin, and you don't necessarily have to get it all the way around. I just put a few dots here and there all the way around. Glue that onto your red, or I'm sorry, on your white. And actually, I have a little glue pin here. So I'll show you. You don't necessarily have to go all the way around. You can if you want. But I just do maybe like 1-inch pieces. Sorry, my nails and hands are covered in Powder Puff ink. That's nice because Powder Puffs wash right off. They're not permanent on your hands, just on your page. Okay, so we have 3 red skinny circles that go on there. And then out of the banners, out of your white little banners, you have stars that come out of the center. We need 3 banners for this page. And the stars, you'll want to chalk these up so that they are really noticeable on your page. And there is a star that gets glued to the top of each of these. And a lot of our kits, if you don't have the exact pictures right now to put in these, a lot of these kits, like with our online classes and stuff, we teach so that you just tack down the backers and things that go where pictures are so that you can just lift them up later. And oops, I did that one red. I think I'm gonna do this. Blue in the middle, red, red. So that you can put pictures in them later. So you can get your kits almost complete, just barely tack them down, and you can always peel it up and put pictures in later. Speaking of events, if you have never been to or joined us for like a 1-day online live event, it's so much fun. Check it out on our website, or join us for a 3-day private reserve event where we really go over the top. We are in person in California, Washington, and Pennsylvania, but we also do the same event online, and you get so much stuff in one weekend. It is 3 days of classes or live classes if you're doing the online one, or in-person classes if you're going to one of the venues. But it is $2.99 for the weekend, but you get way over $2.99 in make and takes classes. You finish a 20-page 12 by 12 album. You actually finish another 8 to 10 pages on one of the days other than your 20-page album. So you really get a ton of stuff done, and we give away lots and lots of grand prizes and giveaways. So we have a crop party every night with some games and stuff, but we load your arms up with lots and lots of prizes and giveaways as you come into the crop party. Or if you're doing the online one, we load those into your box and we have them shipped to you in time for the event. So you get more than just the classes and the make and takes and the class projects. So you can see you just layer these up, and then we have brads that go into each one. You can make these straight, turn them the other way, however you want. And there's also some red stars that you can add wherever you want or save them for something else that came out of the banners. And with all of our kits, we try to put all the embellishments in a tiny little bag so it keeps them all nice and neat. And we just add a brad. This doesn't have to go through the entire page. They're just for looks, so just put them through the actual banner, and then you can glue the banner down to the page. So if you're interested in any of our live events, check out shopquickquotes.com and go to events and workshops, and it will have all of the information there. Every few months we do a live online Facebook event, and that's a full day, and you get lots of stuff in that day, and the day is full of classes, make and takes, little projects and stuff. But our private reserves are over the top, so we would love to see you at one of the 3-day events. Okay, so once you have those in, you are done with your first page. You can kind of put these in an angle if you want, put them straight, whatever it is that you like, whatever look you like. I tend to put things crooked and not necessarily straight all the time. My sister Breezy, who some of you guys know, she puts everything straight. Drives her crazy when I mess it up on my page, but maybe that's why we work so well together, is she works one way and I work another, and we meet in the middle. Okay, so for page 2, we have 3 more banners that we're going to start with on the side here. So grab a red, a white, and a blue banner. And the blue banner is actually just by partial. So you can see here, that is just tucked up underneath there. Let me get the last little blue strip that comes out of your laser here. And another star you can save for later. Okay, so to get this page set up, the blue, it just is kind of fake behind there. It doesn't go all the way down. And the white goes maybe 1/4 of an inch, a little less probably from the right side of the page. The red is down about 1/2 inch and just barely overlaps. And this is where we are going to use the out of your laser. So like I said earlier, we use a lot of the negatives. So out of your laser, there were 3 banners and 2 circles. This part, you can see this part here, is about 6 by 8 probably. This part we are going to use as a backer. So we want to grab the 5.5 by 7.5, and we glue that right on top of there. And I just would do just the top and the bottom and the sides, so that you don't get glue where the holes are that you're covering up. And that goes right in the center there. So like I said, never throw away scraps that you think are just a scrap, because this piece we are actually using, and we do that quite often. And this actually gets tucked in just a little bit behind there, and about 1/2 inch from the top and 1/2 inch from the side of your page. You have a small piece here that is going to go for a photo. I'm going to chop this one up just to show you what the blue looks like on here. Do a little bit more around the corners. And this is denim. This color is denim. We're going to put that right down here. Your circles, you want to find the thicker red circles. We already used the skinny ones, so this is all that is really left here for the red. And then we need the white skinny circles that go right on top of it. And I would use a little glue pen on this so that it's easy to glue on there. And we have our 1-inch strip. And again, if you don't have pictures in here yet, you're gonna want to just barely tack this stuff down. But this just goes across the bottom. This is kind of a pocket for this, so you wanna tack this down and maybe just put glue towards the ends or a little bit on the bottom so that there is kind of a pocket there. And then we have a blue strip here just to add a little navy. And that goes right over the edge of that. Now these you can put in the picture, in the directions, it shows a picture with these on the inside. Don't necessarily have to put those on the inside because you're going to be putting a picture behind there. You definitely can if you like that look better. For now, you can add these circles back into the center, but you will eventually have a picture behind there. Okay, so now we have, there's a couple more stars here. Our banner. And again, these are just lined up on here. Your brads go in there, and then you set these up where you would like them to finish off the page. So super simple kit, fun for 4th of July, summer kit, barbecues, picnics, just a fun Americana theme. And we hope you enjoyed July Club Q. And we have a really fun summer kit coming up for August. So check that out, shopquickquotes.com. And we'll see you next time.